So some interesting information that just came out from Fannie Mae is their forecast for 2023 and 2024. They come out every month. So they're basically admitting that we're going to be in a recession in 2023. If you look at GDP numbers, we're looking at recession this quarter and then lasting for the first 3 quarters of 2023. They do expect inflation to fall from 7.6% this quarter all the way down to 3.5% by 2023, by the third quarter. I highly doubt that will be that low. Maybe I expect in the fives, not 3.5. And they expect it to go down to below 3% by 2024. I'm really not sure that's going to happen. I think it will be much higher than that, probably in the fours. It all depends on a multitude of issues, and it's really hard to have inflation come down that quick when inflation is so high. Historically, we've seen inflation last a year and a half to 2 years once it reaches above 8%. Basically, using the case studies of the 1970s, we can see a double top, technically, of oil prices and diesel in the winter of 2023 and maybe potentially in 2024, because the geopolitical issues have not been solved with Russia. We're not sure what's going to be happening with China as well. There's a lot of unknowns. I think probably their COVID lockdowns are going to be ending soon. I don't think the Chinese government is going to be continuing those things and create domestic infighting about COVID. So I think they're going to reopen up, and I think that's going to drive oil prices higher. Another interesting point of their forecast is they expect unemployment to rise 60% from 3.7% to 5.8%. But even more interesting, they expect it to continue at 5.8% throughout 2024. So how are you going to have like GDP growth with unemployment barely budging? Just doesn't make sense. If you expect a comeback in 2024, you should expect having unemployment come back down. But no, I don't think that's going to happen either. I think unemployment is going to be higher than 5.8. I think we're going to be seeing in the mid-6, and probably lasting a year and a half to 2 years. So within 2024, 2025, we'll see higher unemployment. And that's going to be tough for the real estate market, because that means more people unemployed, more people unable to pay their mortgages and their rent. So it'll be even more downward pressure, more short sales, pushing more people to foreclosures. But then let's look at their data when it comes to housing. So when we look at their housing, if you look at total housing starts, they're expecting a big drop in new construction. I think the backlog of new construction starts is going to last through 2023, and there's going to be a lot of inventory that's going to be sitting there, and it's going to last a long time while they're still building, because they have permits, they have contracts, they have no choice but to continue building. They will not start new developments, but I think developers are kind of stuck with the inventory and the project that they already started, and that's going to last for a while. So 1.3 to 1.2 million starts for 2023. I think that's pretty much on par. They're a little bit lower at 1,099,000. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than that. I think developers are going to have a lot of excess inventory that they won't be able to sell, because the recession is going to make it harder for them to sell. An interesting fact that they are showing is they believe that total sales are going to drop significantly. We had 6.12 million homes sold in 2021. Now they're looking at 5 million for 2022 and down to 3.897 million by 2023. That's for existing home sales. That's going to be tough. So total sales, we're looking at 4.4 million homes sold in 2023. That is 2008 level sales, literally 2009, 2010. We were like in the 4.2 to 4.4 million. So yeah, at least they're recognizing the fact that a lot less homes are going to be sold, and that means there's going to be a lot more inventory because the demand's not going to be there. And how do I know the demand's not going to be there? Because look at what they think the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage is going to be. So they're looking at 2023 that mortgages are going to be between 7% and 6.5%. Who's going to go out and buy at 6.5? And then they believe that home sales are going to rebound a little bit in 2024. But the problem is their interest rate, what they're targeting, is above 6%. I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be going out there buying at 6%. They're not going to push another 500,000 homes and increase the sales with 6%. So yeah, the Fannie Mae is making some predictions that are completely off. They're kind of going against each other. Okay, you can't say you're going to have more sales when interest rates are going to stay above the 6% level. So looking at the data, they're making it they're basically telling you, yeah, the housing market is going to be terrible in 2023. They're saying that housing is going to rebound in 2024, but they're still saying, hey, watch out, interest rates might still be high. So now comes the question, what happens to all these people that are currently buying, or they've been buying in the last 6 months at a much higher rate, and they've been believing, hey, I'm going to do an ARM, and in a year or two I'm going to be able to refinance. Well, it doesn't look like they'll be able to refinance in 2024. Maybe in 2025 or 2026, but for the next 2 years, a lot of people might get into trouble because they did a 3-2-1 buy down, or they did an ARM, believing that interest rates are going to come down in a year or a year and a half. And according to Fannie Mae, it doesn't look like those rates are going to go below 6. So they're going to be stuck, and they might have to come back out and then say, hey, oh my God, I just bought a house at 7%, had an ARM, and now all of a sudden the ARM is going to be back to 7%. And they're going to be stuck, and they're going to not be able to afford those homes and the mortgage payments because they're going to kick back up. And you're going to see maybe in 2024 and early 2025, people not being able to pay their homes because they believe that interest rates were going to come down. That's what happened in 2007, because a lot of people bought ARMs, thought they were, rates were going to go down. They didn't go down. They went up a little bit in 2007, 2008. And then afterwards, they weren't able to refinance because they were underwater. So, yeah, you're going to be stuck on probably underwater because of 2023. Sales are going to be dropping to, in the low 4s. And rates are not going to be going back down. So, I've been warning, be careful. If you're going to buy, at least make sure that prices come down. And second, make sure that you buy discount points, okay? Buy points. Do not do an ARM. Do not do a 3-2-1 buy down, because you might find yourself stuck a year from now, 2 years from now. So hold on to your hats. It's going to be a bumpy ride in the real estate market.